Joe Biden identifies as a union man and a car enthusiast, and he views electric vehicles as crucial to achieving his objectives in the economy and the environment. Although Tesla, Inc. is the most valued automaker worldwide and the name most closely associated with electric vehicles globally, there is one US automaker that he doesn't mention. Why are Biden and Tesla at odds with one another? Where did it begin? Keep watching because you might find the reasons amusing. Welcome back to another exciting video from Informative Scoop. Today's video is about Joe Biden will shut down Tesla. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Tesla, the most valuable manufacturer in the world, and its CEO Elon Musk were difficult to ignore during the first year of the Biden administration. With Tesla continuing to create far more electric vehicles than any other company, Musk, one of the richest people in the world, may have a significant impact on the stock market with his tweets. Meanwhile, Biden is a vocal supporter of EV and worked to pass legislation to make the technology more accessible. He supports American automakers' efforts to electrify their vehicles, as long as the firm is reputable, like Ford Motor Co. or General Motors Co. But what about Tesla? Neither he nor his subordinates frequently mention it. Due to the omission, there is currently a small effort being spearheaded by Musk to pressure Biden into recognizing Tesla, which has resulted in an odd stalemate between Biden and some of the most emotional EV drivers. Biden and Musk may disagree for various reasons. Still, according to Sam Abelson-Mead, an electric mobility expert at consultant Guidehouse Insights, the White House's rejection is likely due to one reason. He thinks Tesla and Musk's strident anti-union position is the primary cause. The public statements made by Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the Vice President's press secretary Jen Psaki during White House briefings, agency press conferences, and events are also scrutinized. Two cabinet secretaries with duties that overlap with Tesla's are also investigated. The omission stands out in the White House briefing room, where Psaki has frequently been asked about the numerous ways that Tesla and Musk are connected to the day's headlines, from tax policy to automated transportation. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg find that the name of the country's top EV manufacturer has been mentioned a few times. During briefings, when discussing a probe into crashes involving Tesla cars, Psaki brought up the firm 3 times. He often answers questions about Tesla or Musk without bringing up the subject of the question. As an alternative, officials from the Biden administration have publicly praised the electrification initiatives of Ford and GM. Psaki said they were eager to visit the Ford Motor Company and see the F-150. In May 2021, lightning and innovative technologies made it possible. The zipped lip on Tesla contrasts with the attention Biden lavishes on conventional American automakers and their nascent efforts to produce EVs in August of last year, on the same day Biden signed an executive agreement with Ford. Granholm, a former governor of Michigan, where both companies are headquartered, stated that General Motors declares that its entire fleet will be electrified. In 2030, he sponsored an auto summit at the White House that was attended by the heads of General Motors and Ford, as well as Estelle Montes, the North American Coup-V, the parent company of Jeep, Dodge, and Chrysler. Tesla was not among the guests. In May of last year, Biden visited the Ford electric vehicle manufacturing facility in Dearborn, Michigan. He paid a similar visit to General Motors Facility Zero in Detroit a few months later. He test drove the company's electric vehicle prototypes in both instances, including the Ford F-150, and gave them glowing reviews. Lightning said, "This sucker's quick, and that GM Hummer is one hell of a car," respectively. Contrarily, Biden hasn't visited Tesla's California plant or its enormous new auto factory under construction in Texas, even though he describes himself as a car guy and his father owned dealerships that sold GM and Chrysler vehicles. It is also unknown if Biden has ever sat in or driven a Tesla while serving as president. He hasn't even brought it up. Since Biden took office, Tesla acolytes have been annoyed by the absence, but their wrath peaked when Biden spoke to GM CEO Mary Barra at the opening of GM's new IDI facility in Detroit. "I recall the spectacular declaration you made at the time that GM will be electric by 2035. Biden said you revitalized the entire car industry. And I'm not joking when I say that. Mary, you changed the entire storyline." In the world of Tesla, that comment caused some regretful giggles. On Twitter, Tesla supporters noted that Tesla, the company that created the world's first electric sports car, the Roadster, in 2008, is the most responsible for electrifying the automotive industry. Once Tesla started producing and selling EVs, GM was eventually forced to follow suit during the Obama administration. Tesla obtained a crucial $450 million loan from Doe when Biden was vice president. A federal tax credit of $7,500 per vehicle, or $1.5 billion in total, has increased Tesla's sales in the US. Musk quickly answered with a new tweet of his own. "Let's try to get them to mention the name Tesla." Musk, a well-known fashion model, tweeted her response as well. Before GM decided to kill the electric car, Biden's speech was written 20 years ago, and the author unintentionally uploaded the incorrect file to the automotive sector. The Senate examined the Build Back Better Act, which includes a provision to give union-assembled EVs a $4,500 subsidy. The president's labor plan includes this suggestion because Tesla's workers are not unionized. Elon Musk, whose customers would not be eligible for this tax credit, has sharply attacked that incentive. Republican governors, Canadian politicians, and Toyota Motor Corporation, advertised in the New York Times and other newspapers, have also criticized it. The National Labor Relations Board censured Tesla and Musk for influencing workers to resist joining unions. Musk implied on Twitter that Biden is a puppet of the United Auto Workers UAW, the union representing workers at Ford and GM, upon being questioned about why Tesla was not given a pass to the president's car summit. I'll let you make your conclusions, but Saki, Biden's press secretary, said one of the administration's most egregious non-comments about Tesla. However, according to her, these are the top 3 employers for the United Auto Workers, and Biden's labor movement allies aren't shy about mentioning Tesla as a target of his policies. According to Jason Walsh, executive director of the Blue-Green Alliance, the absence of any mention of Tesla by Biden doesn't surprise him. Walsh continued by referring to Biden as a president on the working class's side. Still, she focused more on establishing and maintaining secure workplaces with fair wages and worker input than Tesla. Observers assert that the president may have many more reasons to disapprove of Tesla and its well-known CEO. Biden is exerting pressure on Congress to impose additional taxes on billionaires. The COVID-19 safety measures, which are a cornerstone of Biden's presidency, are criticized by Musk as being a complete waste of tax dollars by the government. The auto analyst Abelson Mead pointed out that there are also legal arguments for Biden delaying slapping Musk, who has called them fascist. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating Tesla because it assured drivers its autopilot technology was safe. From a more general political standpoint, Elon Musk's personal political beliefs have become rather evident, showing that he is a pretty right-wing Bolson. Mead claimed that if he doesn't identify as a right-winger, he is a libertarian, and that Republicans are considerably more receptive to his beliefs than Democrats are. Considering the accusations from supporters of Tesla, who are among the most ardent advocates of the EV lifestyle, the White House's lack of response makes it uncertain whether the president will face political consequences. According to tech analyst Galileo Russell, nobody deserves more praise than Tesla. It can be upsetting that President Biden and the entire U.S. administration have neglected Tesla while supporting all the other companies. Analysts said it would be worthwhile to alienate some of Musk's supporters to gain new ones. When referring to the established participants in the Midwest car sector, I don't think it's a huge surprise for a self-described union person and an auto guy like Biden to be emphasizing the big 3 because those are union jobs, and that is where his support base is, according to Susan DeMoss, editor of Michigan Advance, a progressive news group. He must be emphasizing their job so much because of this. A bigger presence in the so-called Rust Belt would make Tesla harder to ignore. Still, there isn't much of a premium to remaining silent, considering how much more frequently Fords and Chevrolets are spotted on those Midwestern highways than Teslas. After months of repeated complaints, Joe Biden finally acknowledged Tesla's public contribution to U.S. electric vehicle manufacturing in February. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.